If you've ever been told that changing your mindset is all it takes to transform your life, I'm here to tell you the truth. It's not. Mindset is important, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. The self-help industry loves to sell the idea that a positive mindset is the magic solution, but let's be real. How many of you have tried to think positive, only to find yourself stuck in the same patterns, the same struggles over and over again? What if I told you that the real key to transformation isn't just in your thoughts, but in your biology? What if your ability to break free from old habits, self-doubt, or even inherited trauma is literally encoded in your DNA? Today, I'm going to share a truth most people aren't talking about: why mindset alone won't change your life, and how the concept of DNA repatterning could unlock a level of transformation you didn't even know was possible. So, if you're ready to dig deeper than mindset and discover how to truly rewrite your story from the inside out, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Let's start by talking about the kind of advice we've all heard 1,000 times. Think positive, visualize success, and reframe your thoughts. These are the pillars of most self-help programs and motivational talks. The idea is simple. If you can change your mindset, you'll naturally change your life. You've probably been told that replacing negative thoughts with positive ones will help you manifest abundance, confidence, or even healing. Or maybe you've been encouraged to create vision boards, close your eyes, and imagine yourself already living the life of your dreams down to the finest detail. And yes, these strategies can feel empowering. There's no denying the immediate boost you get when you focus on your goals, choose gratitude, or practice daily affirmations. But here's the question no one asks. Why does it work for some people and not for others? Why do some individuals seem to thrive with these tools while others feel stuck, frustrated, and even worse about themselves when their reality doesn't match their visualizations? The truth is, while these strategies sound good on paper, they only address the surface layer of your personal transformation. They target your conscious thoughts, the ones you're aware of, but completely ignore the deeper layers of programming running the show in the background. It's like trying to change the wallpaper in a house with a crumbling foundation. Sure, the room looks prettier for a while, but eventually those cracks start showing again. The reason Think Positive and similar advice often fails is that it doesn't address what's going on beneath the surface, your subconscious mind and the patterns encoded in your biology. Here's the thing. Your brain isn't a blank slate that automatically responds to new input. It's shaped by years, sometimes decades, of lived experiences, traumas, and habits that have been repeated so often they've become automatic. For example, if you've grown up in an environment where you were told, either directly or indirectly, that you're not enough, your brain has likely internalized that belief as a survival mechanism. You can tell yourself you're worthy all day long, but if that deeper programming hasn't been addressed, it's like swimming upstream. Your subconscious will eventually pull you back into old patterns because it sees them as safe and familiar. And it goes even deeper than that. Emerging research in epigenetics shows that some of these patterns aren't even yours to begin with. They're inherited. Traumas, fears, and behavioral patterns can be passed down through generations, encoded in your DNA. So when someone tells you to just reframe your thoughts, they're asking you to override not only your subconscious programming, but also biological responses that have been hardwired into you for survival. It's no wonder so many people feel like they're failing at self-improvement, when in reality the methods they're using aren't addressing the full picture. So if mindset alone isn't enough, what is? That's what we're diving into today. We're going to explore why mindset shifts often fall short of delivering lasting results and what you can do instead to create real transformation. First, I'm going to break down the science behind why your biology, your DNA, plays such a crucial role in shaping your behaviors, habits, and even your emotions. We'll explore the fascinating field of epigenetics, which reveals how your genes are influenced by external factors like environment, trauma, and even your thoughts. Then we'll dive into the concept of DNA repatterning. This goes far beyond traditional mindset work. It's not just about thinking differently, it's about rewiring the way your body and brain respond at a cellular level. DNA repatterning involves addressing the deeply ingrained patterns and biological programming that hold you back, so you're no longer stuck in a loop of self-sabotage or limiting beliefs. I'll share how this process allows you to align your biology with the life you want to create, making transformation feel more natural and sustainable. Finally, I'm going to give you actionable steps to start integrating DNA repatterning into your life. These aren't abstract concepts or techniques that require years of training. They're practical, science-backed strategies that you can start using right now. Whether you're looking to break free from old habits, heal from generational patterns, or finally feel like your actions align with your goals, this video will give you the tools to start moving forward. By the end, you'll understand why mindset is just the beginning and how unlocking the deeper layers of your biology can create the transformation you've been searching for. Let's get started. Let's talk about why mindset alone isn't enough to create the lasting change you're looking for. While mindset shifts are undeniably powerful, they are only one part of the equation. You can think of your mindset as the software that runs your daily decisions, behaviors, and habits. But what happens if the hardware, your biology, your nervous system, and the deeper patterns in your subconscious doesn't support that upgrade? It's like trying to install the latest operating system on a computer that hasn't been updated in a decade. No matter how cutting-edge the software is, if the hardware can't handle it, you'll keep running into glitches, freezes, and failures to perform. This is the trap so many people fall into when they rely solely on mindset techniques. Sure, you can repeat affirmations like, "I am confident," or visualize yourself achieving a goal, but if your subconscious mind holds on to beliefs like, "I'm not worthy," or "I always fail," then those affirmations won't take root. In fact, they might even backfire. Your conscious mind is saying one thing, but your subconscious, the part that controls up to 95% of your thoughts and actions, is sending a completely different signal. It's no wonder people often feel frustrated and stuck, like they're fighting an uphill battle against themselves. One of the key reasons mindset alone falls short is because it doesn't address the deeply ingrained programming in your subconscious mind. Think of your subconscious as the operating system that was installed during your formative years. From the moment you were born, and even while you were in the womb, your brain has been absorbing information about how the world works, what's safe, and who you are. If you grew up in an environment where love was conditional, where mistakes were punished, or where scarcity was the norm, your subconscious likely developed patterns designed to keep you safe in that environment. These patterns might look like self-doubt, fear of success, or a tendency to self-sabotage, all mechanisms that once protected you but now hold you back. And here's where it gets even more complex. Some of these patterns might not even be yours. Thanks to the field of epigenetics, we now know that trauma, fear, and survival instincts can be passed down through generations. If your grandparents experienced war, famine, or systemic oppression, those experiences can leave marks on their DNA, marks that get passed down to you. This means that some of the beliefs and behaviors that feel so deeply ingrained in you might actually be inherited. For example, you might struggle with financial anxiety, even if your current circumstances are stable, because your ancestors lived through economic hardship. This inherited programming lives in your body and influences your decisions in ways that mindset work alone can't touch. To put this into perspective, let's use an analogy. Imagine you have a handful of seeds and each seed represents a positive thought, a mindset shift, or a goal you're trying to manifest. These seeds are full of potential. They're designed to grow into something beautiful and life-changing. But here's the problem. Instead of planting them in rich, fertile soil, you're trying to plant them in concrete. No matter how good those seeds are, they're not going to grow unless you address the foundation first. And this is exactly what happens when you focus solely on mindset, without addressing the deeper layers of your subconscious and biology. The seeds might sprout briefly, you might feel a spark of motivation or experience a small win, but they can't establish roots because the environment isn't supportive. The concrete in this analogy represents the unhealed trauma, subconscious blocks, and inherited patterns that make it nearly impossible for mindset shifts to take hold. And just like breaking up concrete requires effort, intention, and the right tools, Transforming your deeper programming requires more than just surface-level techniques. This is why so many people feel stuck in a cycle of starting over. They plant their seeds, whether it's through affirmations, vision boards, or goal setting, but when they don't see the results they want, they blame themselves. They assume they're not positive enough or that they're doing something wrong. But the truth is, it's not about trying harder, it's about addressing the foundation. Once you break up the concrete and create fertile soil, those seeds can finally grow into the transformation you've been working toward. And this is where DNA repatterning comes into play. It's the process of preparing your inner environment, your biology, your subconscious mind, and even your energy, to fully support the changes you want to create. To understand why mindset alone isn't enough and how DNA repatterning fits into the bigger picture, we need to start with a quick look at DNA and how it influences your life. DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, is essentially the instruction manual for your body and mind. It's a long, coiled molecule found in nearly every cell of your body, and it contains the blueprint for everything that makes you you, from the color of your eyes to how your brain processes emotions. Think of DNA as the master plan that guides your development, health, and even your behavior. However, this instruction manual isn't set in stone. While your DNA provides the instructions, how those instructions are carried out is influenced by something called gene expression. This is where the fascinating field of epigenetics comes in. Epigenetics is the study of how external factors, things like your environment, diet, stress levels, and even your thoughts, can influence which genes are switched on or switched off. In simpler terms, your genes don't act on their own. They respond to signals from the world around you. For example, if you're exposed to chronic stress, your body might turn on genes associated with inflammation or anxiety. On the other hand, if you practice mindfulness or live in a nurturing environment, genes associated with healing and calmness might become more active. What's groundbreaking about this is that it shows your biology is not fixed. It's dynamic, constantly responding to your experiences and choices. Now, here's where it gets even more mind-blowing. The changes in gene expression caused by your experiences don't just affect you. They can be passed down to your children and even your grandchildren. This is the concept of inherited trauma, and it's one of the most compelling findings in epigenetics. Research has shown that traumatic experiences can leave a biological imprint on your DNA, altering how certain genes are expressed. For example, studies on Holocaust survivors and their descendants have found that the children of survivors are more likely to show heightened stress responses and anxiety, even if they didn't personally experience the trauma. Similar findings have been observed in the descendants of individuals who survived slavery, war, or famine. This means that some of the fears, anxieties, or self-sabotaging behaviors you struggle with might not even originate from your own life experiences. They could be the result of survival mechanisms your ancestors developed in response to extreme circumstances. And while these adaptations were beneficial in helping them survive, they can manifest as limiting patterns or blocks in your life today. For instance, if your grandparents lived through scarcity, you might inherit a fear of financial instability or a belief that there's never enough, even if your current financial situation is secure. This is why addressing inherited patterns is such a crucial part of transformation. It goes beyond the surface to heal at the root level. Now, if all of this sounds like you're doomed to carry the weight of past generations forever, let me reassure you, that's not the case. While it's true that trauma can be passed down, it's also true that your biology is incredibly malleable. The same principles of epigenetics that allow stress or trauma to affect gene expression also allow healing, growth, and transformation to take place. Just as negative experiences can switch on harmful gene expressions, positive experiences, intentional practices, and internal shifts can switch off those same genes and activate more beneficial ones. This is where the concept of DNA repatterning becomes so powerful. It's about recognizing that while your DNA provides the blueprint, you have the ability to influence how that blueprint is expressed. By working on a deeper level, through practices like somatic healing, breathwork, or trauma release, you can send new signals to your body and mind, effectively reprogramming your biology. What this means is that you're not stuck with the patterns you inherited or the limitations you've experienced so far. You can rewrite the story encoded in your cells, creating a new foundation for growth, healing, and success. The key takeaway here is this. While your biology and subconscious programming may influence your life, they're not the end of the story. You have the power to work with your body, not against it, to create lasting change. DNA repatterning takes this understanding and applies it in practical ways, helping you move beyond mindset shifts and into a space where transformation feels natural, aligned, and sustainable. Now that we've explored the science behind DNA and epigenetics, let's dive into what DNA repatterning actually is and why it's such a game changer for personal transformation. At its core, DNA repatterning is a process of rewiring your biological and energetic blueprint so that it aligns with your goals, desires, and highest potential. Think of it as upgrading not just the software of your mindset, but also the hardware of your body, your cells, your nervous system, and the energetic imprints that shape your reality. Importantly, DNA repatterning doesn't involve altering your genetic code. Instead, it's about shifting how your genes are expressed by addressing the patterns, memories, and experiences that have been encoded in your biology. Here's a simple way to think about it. Your DNA contains millions of possibilities, like a library full of books. Some books, like those tied to survival-based patterns or inherited trauma, might be sitting wide open, influencing your behavior and emotions in ways you're not even aware of. DNA repatterning is the process of gently closing the books that no longer serve you and opening the ones that support your growth, resilience, and highest potential. It's about working with your biology, rather than fighting against it, to create a new foundation for lasting transformation. The beauty of DNA repatterning is that it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. Instead, it involves a variety of practices and techniques that work on both the physical and energetic levels to help you release old patterns and create new ones. Let's break down a few key methods. 1. Inner child healing. Inner child healing is one of the foundational practices in DNA repatterning because so many of the subconscious patterns we carry were formed in childhood. These patterns often stem from unmet needs, feelings of rejection, or experiences where we learn to associate love with conditions. By reconnecting with your inner child, the younger version of yourself who holds these experiences, you can begin to release the emotional charge tied to those memories. This not only shifts your mindset, but also helps your body release the tension and stress associated with those early traumas. 2. Breathwork and somatic practices. Your body stores trauma, emotions, and memories at a cellular level. Somatic practices like breathwork allow you to access and release this stored energy. By using specific breathing techniques, you can activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest state, which creates a safe space for your body to let go of old patterns. This can feel like a physical release, crying, shaking, or even laughing, and it's a powerful way to communicate to your body that it's safe to move beyond survival-based programming. 3. Energy work and meditation. Targeting cellular memory. Energy work and meditation go beyond the conscious mind to work with the energetic imprints stored in your cells. These practices involve visualization, intention setting, and guided techniques that help you speak to your DNA and shift the energetic patterns that hold you back. For example, you might visualize light entering your body and clearing out old energy, or use affirmations in a meditative state to rewire how your cells respond to specific triggers. This isn't about woo-woo magic. It's about creating new neural pathways and teaching your body how to operate in a state of alignment rather than fear or resistance. To give you a clearer picture of how DNA repatterning works, let me share a real-life example. I once worked with someone, let's call her Sarah, who felt stuck in a cycle of self-sabotage when it came to her career. No matter how hard she worked or how many mindset strategies she tried, she always felt like she wasn't good enough. She'd make progress, but then something would happen, a missed opportunity, a project falling through, and she'd find herself back at square one, overwhelmed by doubt and frustration. When we dug deeper, it became clear that Sarah's struggle wasn't about her capabilities or even her mindset. It was rooted in a subconscious belief she'd carried since childhood. Growing up, Sarah was often compared to her older sibling, who was seen as the smart one. This created a belief in her subconscious that she had to work twice as hard just to prove herself, and even then, she feared she'd never measure up. Through a combination of inner child healing, breathwork, and guided meditation, Sarah was able to reconnect with the younger version of herself who had internalized these beliefs. She released the emotional charge tied to those memories and replaced them with feelings of self-worth and validation. At the same time, we used energy-based practices to help her body repattern the stress response she experienced whenever she faced a challenge at work. Over time, Sarah noticed a profound shift, not just in how she thought about herself, but in how her body responded. She no longer felt paralyzed by fear or overwhelmed by the need to prove herself. Instead, she started taking bold steps in her career, and opportunities that once felt out of reach began flowing naturally to her. Sarah's story is a powerful reminder that transformation doesn't happen by forcing yourself to think differently. It happens when you address the deeper layers of your being, your biology, your subconscious, and your energy, and create an environment where growth can happen naturally. DNA repatterning gives you the tools to do exactly that. It's not about ignoring mindset work, but about amplifying its impact by addressing the foundation beneath it. By combining science-backed techniques with intentional practices, you can create lasting change that goes far beyond what mindset alone can achieve. Let's be clear. Mindset isn't useless. In fact, it plays a critical role in the process of transformation. The problem isn't with mindset itself, but in believing that it's the only thing you need to create lasting change. Think of it like this. Mindset is the spark, the initial burst of energy and intention that gets the process started. It's what inspires you to set goals, dream bigger, and believe in the possibility of change. But a spark alone isn't enough to keep the fire burning. That's where DNA repatterning comes in. It's the engine that keeps the car moving, the deeper foundational work that ensures your transformation is sustainable. Without it, you may find yourself stuck in a cycle of short-lived motivation, wondering why things aren't clicking despite your best efforts. Mindset shifts are powerful because they give you a sense of agency. They remind you that you're not a victim of your circumstances and that your thoughts can influence your reality. But here's the catch. If your subconscious beliefs and biological programming are out of alignment with your conscious intentions, your mindset shifts will only take you so far. It's like planting a garden. You can have all the sunlight in the world, mindset. But if the soil is depleted or full of rocks, unresolved trauma and subconscious patterns, the seeds won't grow. DNA repatterning addresses the soil, creating the conditions where mindset shifts can truly take root and thrive. When paired with DNA repatterning, mindset becomes exponentially more effective. Here's why. Mindset creates the framework for the changes you want to see, while DNA repatterning clears the obstacles that prevent those changes from becoming reality. For example, let's say you're working on building confidence. A typical mindset-based approach might involve affirmations like, "I am confident," or visualizing yourself succeeding in a big presentation. These are great tools, but if your subconscious mind is holding on to a belief like, "I'm not good enough," or if your nervous system is conditioned to associate visibility with danger, perhaps because of a past experience where you were ridiculed or criticized, those mindset tools will only work on a surface level. However, when you combine mindset work with DNA repatterning, the game changes. Imagine starting with breath work to release the tension in your body associated with fear, followed by inner child healing to address the root of your not good enough belief. Once you've cleared those deeper layers, the affirmation, "I am confident," doesn't just feel like words, it resonates as truth. Your body and mind are now in alignment, and the confidence you're cultivating feels authentic rather than forced. In this way, mindset shifts amplify the work you've done on a deeper level, helping you reinforce and sustain the changes you've made. Another way mindset amplifies DNA repatterning is by helping you stay intentional throughout the process. Repatterning can bring up old emotions or memories as you release what no longer serves you, and this can feel uncomfortable at times. Mindset provides the tools to navigate this discomfort with curiosity rather than resistance. Instead of falling into old thought patterns like "this is too hard" or "I'll never change," You can reframe those moments as evidence that transformation is happening. By holding on to a growth-oriented mindset, you create a sense of momentum and keep yourself engaged in the process, even when it feels challenging. Here's another way to look at it. Mindset shifts operate at the conscious level, while DNA repatterning works at the subconscious and biological levels. Both are essential, but they serve different purposes. Mindset is about creating clarity and intention. It's the part of you that sets the goal, says, "This is what I want," and begins taking steps in that direction. DNA repatterning, on the other hand, ensures that your subconscious mind and body are on board with that goal. It removes the invisible roadblocks that might otherwise cause self-sabotage or resistance. When these two elements, mindset and DNA repatterning, are working together, the results can feel almost effortless. Instead of pushing yourself to believe something that feels out of reach, your mind and body naturally align with your desired reality. You don't just think, "I am worthy," you feel it in your bones. You don't just visualize success. You take action from a place of confidence and trust, knowing that your biology is supporting you every step of the way. This is the kind of transformation that lasts, because it's not built on willpower alone. It's rooted in a deep, authentic shift at every level of your being. Ultimately, the role of mindset in DNA repatterning is like the role of a spark plug in a car. It provides the initial ignition, the motivation to start moving toward your goals. But without the engine, the deeper work of clearing subconscious blocks and shifting biological patterns, you won't get very far. That's why DNA repatterning is such a powerful complement to mindset work. It ensures that the changes you're striving for aren't just fleeting moments of inspiration, but lasting transformations that ripple through every area of your life. By addressing the root causes of your patterns and pairing that with the clarity and focus that mindset provides, you create a holistic approach to transformation. It's no longer about forcing yourself to change. It's about allowing yourself to grow into the version of you that was always meant to thrive. So yes, mindset matters. But when it's supported by DNA repatterning, it becomes not just a tool, but a catalyst for profound, life-changing shifts. Now that you understand what DNA repatterning is and how it works, let's talk about how you can begin integrating it into your life. Transformation doesn't have to feel overwhelming or out of reach. It starts with small, intentional steps that create powerful ripples of change. These steps are designed to help you address the deeper layers of your being while keeping things practical and actionable. Whether you're just starting out or looking to enhance your current self-growth practices, these strategies will give you the tools to align your mindset, biology, and energy for lasting transformation. The first step in DNA repatterning is awareness. You can't change what you don't acknowledge, so it's important to take the time to examine your recurring beliefs, fears, and behaviors. Start by asking yourself, what patterns keep showing up in my life? When do I feel most stuck, and what triggers those feelings? What beliefs do I hold about myself, success, relationships, or the world? Journaling is a powerful tool for this step because it allows you to get your thoughts out of your head and onto paper, where you can see them more objectively. For example, if you find yourself procrastinating on a big goal, dig deeper. Is it because you're afraid of failure? Or maybe you believe that success will make others judge you. Write down any recurring fears or limiting beliefs that come up and look for patterns. Often, these patterns point to subconscious programming that's ready to be addressed. The goal here isn't to judge yourself, but to observe with curiosity. Think of this step as taking inventory of the books in your DNA library, the ones that might be open and influencing your life without you even realizing it. Once you've identified these beliefs and patterns, you're better equipped to begin the process of releasing them. Your body holds on to memories, emotions, and traumas in ways that your conscious mind might not even be aware of. That's why somatic practices, those that involve your physical body, are so essential for DNA repatterning. Breathwork, for example, is a simple yet powerful way to release stored energy and tension from your nervous system. By consciously controlling your breath, you can send signals to your body that it's safe to let go of old stress responses. Try starting with a simple practice like box breathing. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, and hold again for 4 counts. This helps calm your nervous system and create space for healing. Gentle movement is another great somatic practice. This could be yoga, stretching, or even dancing, anything that gets you out of your head and into your body. Pay attention to where you feel tension or discomfort, and allow yourself to move intuitively in a way that releases those sensations. The key is to approach these practices with intention, focusing not just on the physical movements, but also on what you're ready to let go of emotionally and energetically. Meditation is a powerful way to connect with your subconscious mind and create shifts at a cellular level. But instead of meditating solely to clear your mind or reduce stress, use your meditation practice to visualize your DNA and how it's shifting to support your transformation. For example, as you sit in stillness, imagine light flowing through your body, illuminating and healing every cell. Visualize your DNA strands as vibrant and healthy, with new patterns of empowerment, abundance, or confidence being activated. You can also pair this visualization with affirmations or mantras. For instance, you might repeat, "I am releasing what no longer serves me and stepping into my highest potential." The combination of visualization and intention not only helps rewire your subconscious, but also sends powerful signals to your body and energy field that change is happening. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day of this focused practice can make a big difference over time. Gratitude is one of the most transformative emotions you can cultivate, and it plays a key role in DNA repatterning. But instead of practicing gratitude only for external things, like your home, relationships, or career, try directing it inward. Reflect on what your body and lineage have endured and survived to bring you to this moment. For example, think about how your body has carried you through challenges, how your immune system fights for you every day, or how your ancestors overcame hardships to pave the way for your existence. As you focus on gratitude, imagine that feeling spreading through your body, reaching every cell. This isn't just about positive thinking, it's about creating a biological environment where healing and growth are possible. Studies have shown that gratitude can lower stress, improve immune function, and even positively influence gene expression. By practicing gratitude on a cellular level, you're essentially turning on genes associated with well-being and resilience. While self-guided practices can be incredibly effective, there's no shame in seeking support when you need it. DNA repatterning is a deep and nuanced process, and working with a professional can help you navigate it more effectively. Whether it's a therapist, coach, or practitioner who specializes in trauma release, somatic healing, or energy work, having someone guide you through the process can make all the difference. Look for resources that resonate with you, whether that's online courses, workshops, or one-on-one sessions. Many DNA repatterning programs offer step-by-step frameworks for addressing subconscious blocks, healing generational patterns, and creating lasting change. The right guide or program can provide tools and insights you might not have discovered on your own, accelerating your transformation and helping you feel supported every step of the way. These steps aren't about overhauling your life overnight. They're about creating a foundation for deep, sustainable transformation. Each practice, whether it's journaling, breathwork, meditation, or gratitude, helps you address a different layer of your being. By combining them, you're not just working on your mindset or your biology, you're creating an integrated approach that aligns every part of you with the life you want to create. Remember, DNA repatterning is a journey, not a quick fix. Be patient with yourself, celebrate small wins, and trust that even the smallest steps can lead to profound change over time. Transformation doesn't have to feel forced. It can be a natural unfolding when you address the deeper layers of who you are and step into alignment with your highest potential. So, take a deep breath, start where you are, and know that you're already on the path to creating the life you've always envisioned. To wrap things up, let's quickly recap. We've explored why mindset is important but ultimately limited when it comes to creating lasting transformation. The deeper layers of change, your subconscious programming, biological patterns, and even inherited trauma, are where DNA repatterning comes in. providing the tools to rewrite your inner blueprint and align with your highest potential. If you're ready to stop fighting against invisible blocks and start working with your biology, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and check the links in the description for resources, tools, and guidance to help you begin your DNA repatterning journey. Remember, the power to change your life is already inside you. You've just got to activate it. Let's start that journey today.